do you want to catch your trainer's Pokemon? Well, with the code I'm going to show you today, using Ace in Pokemon Emerald, you can catch your trainer's Pokemon and register them to the pokedex. You won't be able to keep their Pokemon, but it looks fun anyway. Alright, so today I'm going to show you how you can use the change any data of any Pokemon code made by Mettrich in order to get any move you want on a Pokemon, including glitch moves like this one, which allows you to catch trainer Pokemon. So what we do is we go into the gist of Mettrich. Like before, I'll have the link in the description. You're gonna go down to function codes, and here is the change any data of any Pokemon code. So this requires a stable Ace species, and you also need a accurate BIOS emulation. So if you're using an emulator, you need to find this somewhere online and download that, put it in your folder. But if you're playing on a console, you already have this. So what we're gonna do is we're going to highlight the source code. This is only for English for now. Okay, and then you're gonna right click on this to open the code generator. Now we start by removing what's in there, and then we paste the source code that we copied in here. Now, if you've seen my video on how to get perfect IVs using this code, you can remember that we already had the default values for perfect IVs, so we didn't have to change anything. But in order to change your moves, we're gonna have to change both of these values here. So the first thing we're gonna do is to scroll down here to find the field value. And as you can see, from 13 to 16 is the Mon data move. So if you wanted the Pokemon, if you wanted the move to be in slot 1, then you use number 13, and 14 for number 2, and so on. I'm gonna go with number 13 for this video, which is move 1. So you take this number here, which is 13, and you paste it. You can remove all of this and just paste it on top of that 66 that was already there. Yeah, and now for the data, you need to find out what move, what the number of the move you want is. So luckily there is a site on Bulbapedia here that's called List of Moves. But I highly recommend you go into this one. It's a little bit easier to see where it ends in, because this is the basically the master files for the game, and you can see exactly all the moves for this game. Whereas the list over here, it doesn't stop at Emerald, it just keeps going for the other generations. Now let's say we wanted to get Earthquake. You could type Control F and start typing Earth, and there it is. So move Earthquake, and the number next to it here, 89, is the number for that move. Now we would go back to the code generator here and replace all of this by 89. Let's double check. 89, right? The number here is just it's just the code number. So, but the numbers on the right side is the number for that move. So you see, pound is move number 1, karate chop number 2, and so on. So to get Earthquake, again, you need to make sure, if you're playing on a console or MGBA emulator, leave it at 0. If not, you have to use number 1, okay, for emulators. The field, we have chosen 13. We can double check, that is the move 1. And 89 is Earthquake, as we can see here. Alright, and then we hit compute. So just like the IV code, we also need the wallpapers for this. In box 1 you need the sky wallpaper, which is found on the 3rd option and the 4th slot here, sky, and the desert one, which you can find on scenery 1 and option 3. Alright, so I've written in all the codes and I'm ready to execute it. So I'll take one of my stable aces here. If you wonder what these are, they're just clones of the same one. I'm using the 410E stable ace, the newer version. And I'm just gonna put it in my party, but you can also execute it from the PC. And the Pokemon that you have first in your party will get Earthquake, or in this case at least, as its first move. Alright, just for fun, let's see what would happen if I take a Ditto, which normally cannot learn any other moves, but let's now teach it Earthquake. So, what we do, before executing the code, we save the game. That way, if anything was wrong, we don't have to write all the codes again. We can just change the 1 or 2 codes, boxes that was wrong. Okay, so I'm going to... You don't have to be in the PC to do this, but I'm going to do it from here. Opening the summary of my stable ace species. And then when the animation is over, we can head out and check the summary. And there it is. We now have Earthquake. Alright, so now I'm going to show you an example of how you can create a glitch move. And one of the glitch moves, if you wonder some glitch moves that are documented, you could come to this page. This is a paste bin made by Mettrich in 2015, so it's a very old one, and it's an old method of getting glitch moves and other things, but we can still see the species of, or not species, but the name essentially for these moves. If you wanted the one to steal your trainer's Pokemon, although you can't get the Pokemon, but you can at least steal it and end the battle, then you have to use these. So this is for Emerald French, and then it says what slot you need the move to be in for it to work. And as you can see, Emerald US, it's 0x435, 4th slot. Okay, so I'm gonna demonstrate that now. We copy this number. This is the hex number, and we are going to copy that into the paste it in over the number that we had here. So it looks like this, 0x435. And then we needed the 4th slot. So the 4th slot is number 16 on the field value. There we go. So 16 for the 4th and 0x435 for the glitch move to catch a trainer's Pokemon. And then we get this code. When you try to do any glitch move, you should be careful about what moves you try to get, because these moves can have very strange effects on your game, and if you accidentally, you know, oh, by the way, look at that, Ditto using Earthquake, how cool is that? But anyway, yes, some of these glitch moves are undocumented, or I mean, all of the ones that are not in that list are pretty much poorly documented, right? So I would not, if you're on a console, I would be very careful about doing any random glitch move if you are scared of corrupting your save file. If you're on a emulator, just save your file into a folder where you can come back if anything goes wrong. So yeah, that was the flea glitch. So I'm going to show you quickly a fun little thing you can do with your instant flea glitch move. Oh, we have the wrong Pokemon. Okay, we need to sacrifice something. Let's sacrifice my ace. And let's use Spinda here. So the Spinda has this instant flea move. All I gotta do is click fight to view this and go out of, or hit B, and then it just ends the battle instantly. The other move is to catch, you know, a Pokemon. We can try that as well. So we have our Phoebus here, we're gonna go to the next trainer, and then we just hit fight, we go back, and then we go into our bag, and all of a sudden we are allowed to use our Master Ball, or another ball. And once you catch it, it's just gonna end the battle. And if you don't have it registered in your Pokedex, it's going to register, but you're not going to actually get this Pokemon. If you have an available space, it's going to be a bad egg that's going to go into your party, or it's gonna go into your PC. And remember, if you have bad eggs, you have to delete them using the reverse cloning glitch. In order to use glitch moves, it's very important that you turn battle scene off, because if that's on, it's most likely going to glitch out and you're gonna crash. Alright, let's see what happens to the champion when he sees my glitch. What is this? It's the Stabilize, but I gave it the move 0x0411, and we're gonna see what happens when I show it to him. So I bring up my level 1 Stabilize, and I hit fight, and then I'm just gonna hit B. He just gave up. He saw my Stabilize, I showed him that I had this move, and he was like, you know what? You win. Oh no, it saved the game, that might be bad. What? That, it made a different sound now. What is this fish team?